Alright, so we're on the chapter Game Master, and the song that's playing right now is The Great Detective Knows! Ha! Got it! I think I got both of them right. Wait, did I get them both right? Game Master, Chapter 2, and the song that's playing right now is The Great Detective Knows. I remembered! Oh man, yeah, I'm doing memory games whenever I begin videos now to get better at memorizing things. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm trying to get better at memory in general, so every time I end a video, I try to remember where I last left off, like the song and the chapter I'm playing. Like, I do the same thing with Steins Gate all the time about, what day it is in the game. Yeah, the in-game date, I always try to remember the in-game date every time I reload the game. So I'm basically doing the same with Umineko with the chapter name and the soundtrack that begins the episode. So yeah, that's what I'll do. And since this song is The Great Detective Knows, I have a feeling that Erika is going to do something big at the beginning of this chapter. Well, I mean, from the prologue in general, she's going to be doing something. So I'm really excited to see. Where this, episode goes and how everything had led up to, the wedding at the beginning. So here we go. At one time, only Beato and her fellow witches had gathered in the smoking room to chat. Now, however, an unusually large number of people were present.
バトラは一体どういうゲームを見せてくれるのかしらね。
それが退屈を忘れさせ、壊しがいあるものなら何でも歓迎よ。
お任せください、我が主。
And there she is.
必ずや主の望まれる結果となるよう最善を尽くします。
ええ、そうしてね。前回のゲームではおかしな表情ばかり見せちゃったから、頬が歪んで変なシワにならないか不安だわ。
そんなことはありません。どんなおシワができようとも我が主の美貌は完璧です。
You made a mistake.
ベルンがこんなにも楽しそうなんてね。本当にベアトのゲーム版は素晴らしいわ。そのゲーム版の主がもはや不在なのは悲しいことです。
You know what? I was not expecting Delnor to be in here. But I'm really happy that she is. I was not expecting her to be here.
虎は死んで皮を残す。ベアトも死んでゲームを残したわ。
チェスは残っても、その作者の名は残ってないわね。
Oh no. That is true. I was going to prove her wrong. The history of chess can be traced back nearly 1,500 years, although the earliest origins are uncertain. The earliest predecessor of the game probably originated in India by the 7th century AD. From India, the game spread to Persia. When the Arabs conquered Persia, chess was taken up by the Muslim world and subsequently spread to southern Europe. In Europe, chess evolved into roughly its current form in the 15th century. Yeah, so there's really no confirmed creator of chess. It just, was made. I don't think the answer to the person who made chess will ever be discovered. Plus, if it is discovered, there's going to be a lot of dispute over who made it or not. So, yeah, that's probably a question better left unanswered. Though I am curious, who did create chess? Or did multiple people create chess?
あ、本当だ。ゲームの作者って不憫ね。
And yes, I know they're talking about, this comparison between Beato and the person who made chess because Beato died last time. I am reading the lines. It's just that I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about Beato being dead. She's coming back, right? I'm really hoping she's coming back. You know what? No, I'm not gonna dread over this. Beato's coming back. She's coming back. Yeah, she's coming back. We may have to wait till the 8th game, but she is coming back. So I'm ignoring the fact that they're talking about Beato as if she's, gone for good.
それにしてもバトラさんは随分待たせるじゃないですか。
Let the man prepare! This is his first time!
第6のゲームの準備まだ終わらないんですか？
Yeah? This is his first time. You gotta be patient.
ガートルード、バトラ教の準備はいかがです？
近景、謹んで申し上げる。もうじきのことと知りたまえと奉る者なり。
待たせるってことはそれだけ自信作なんでしょうよ。前回我が主の前であれだけの恥をかかされたんです。是が非でも打ち破ってみせます。特にあんた、二度と無様を見せないでくださいよ。奮起して臨むものなりや。
Last time that was Lament Delta's doing, so you can't blame her. The previous game master, Lambda Delta, had confirmed that Balor understood everything about Beato's game. However, in order to prove it, Balor would have to run this game by himself and carry it through to completion. In other words, if Erika could crush this game of Balor's, she would, in effect, wipe away the dishonor of that last game. Though Erika was chomping at the bit to get started, it was taking Balor quite some time to show himself. And I wonder why. Then, he's here. Then, a swarm of gold butterflies swelled out of nothing and formed a human shape. From the shape of that familiar dress, everyone immediately realized who it was. Well, oh, wait. Is this the correct one? The candles dance. Is this the correct Beatrice? Hold on.
Beatrice さんじゃないですか。
No. If Lambda Delta was able to create a piece Beatrice, I have a feeling that this is not the real Beatrice because her hair's, up. I don't know. Will Beatrice revive with her hair down or hair up? That's a good question. Will she come back with hair up or hair down? That's a good question. And also, it's way too soon for her to return. Like, that has to be a super big scene, rather than her just appearing out of nowhere. So no, this is not the real Beato. You're not tricking me with this. Not the real Beato. She's probably a piece.
てっきり前回死んで消えたとばかり。
消えたのはプレイヤーのベアトよ。こいつは駒でしょ、バトルの。
Yep, I was not gonna fall for that.
駒ではあってもご本人と変わりありません。
Beatrice gave an elegant curtsy as she appeared. This humble entrance was so vastly different from her usual high-pitched laugh that it created a sense of tension as they waited for the start of the sixth game to be announced at last.
お父様はもうじきお越しになられます。
Is she calling Balor father?
どうかもうしばらくのお時間をお許しください。
I mean, she is his piece, so that makes sense that she would call him father, but oh god, that seems weird. That seems weird. Is she referring to Balor when she says father? Oh god. Okay. I mean, she is the piece, so that makes sense. Like, Erika calls Burncastle like her mother. But wait, what about the Beatrice piece of last time? Would she consider Lambda Delta her mother? I'm looking way too far into the piece stuff. But still, it's very weird to see incarnation of Beatrice calling Balor father. That's who she's referring to.
お父様？何それ？
Lament Delta commented that too.
それが今回の思考？
Not only had Beato started talking in an unusually polite manner, she had also used the word father, probably referring to Balor. For an instant, everyone was stunned into silence. But they quickly realized that this was part of something bigger, and they grinned. Beato wasn't the type who could keep up this kind of act for long. It would probably fall apart in a few seconds, leaving her laughing and cackling rudely at everyone. Erika, who was itching for a fight, went for Beato almost at once.
まさか無能のバトラさんがあなたのゲームの真相に至るなんてね。
お父様なればこそ深淵を理解されたのでしょう。さすがだと思います。
Yeah, no, this is a piece. This is not the real Beatrice.
しかしあんたもラッキーです。バトラがゲームマスターになれなかったら二度と復活できなかったんですよ。
I mean, wait, hold on. Like they said last time, like what Eleanor said last time, pieces are representative of the people they represent. Each and every piece represents the person they're supposed to represent. So meaning, there's a part of Beatrice that would act like this, correct? Yeah, because Beatrice as the witch, when she's a piece, she always seems to be acting similar to what she usually did as the player. So, in some part of Beatrice, she would, have this sort of, personality unless she is faking this. Interesting. I think through this piece, we can piece together a little bit more about the real truth of Beatrice. And yes, I purposely said that as a pun.
まったく悪運が強いと言いますか。
悪運？
まあいずれにせよ前回の借りはきっちり返させてもらいますので。
あんたというバトラの妄想幻想きっちり消し去って忘却の深淵に叩き落としてやりますから。私もみすみすやられるわけには参りません。そのお手柔らかによろしくお願いいたします。
I feel like the use of watashi when she said I is very important. I mean, there's a little note in the translation that, purposely points out the watashi, so... Interesting. I gotta keep that in my mind. Watashi. She said watashi. I may be looking too into things, but let's be honest here. It's better to look too far into things than to, totally ignore what's going on. No? By this point, everyone realized that something weird was going on. There was no doubt that the face, the dress, and the hair were all Beatrice's. However, her expression was different. Even though she had Beato's face, Beato would never show anyone an expression like that.
誰よ、あんた。
There was a heavy silence. Lament Delta spoke for everyone there. At first, Beato wore a smiling, yet confused expression. However, when she realized that the mood had gone suddenly stiff, her expression finally darkened, and she hung her head.
あんた、誰です？
Witch in gold, Symbolo. Ah! They're not used to seeing Beato with this sort of, personality. Interesting. Like, I have multiple things going on right now as to why Beatrice is acting the way she's acting right now. For which, this could be representative of a side of Beatrice that we have not seen just yet. And through our piece, it's showing that part of her personality through the piece this time around. Or, this could be another way of seeing Beatrice. Like, this could be how Battler saw Beatrice himself. Interesting. Like, this could be based off of, a personality side that we have not seen yet. Or this could be, representative of interpretation that Balor's had of Beatrice himself. There's multiple things to see, this piece Beatrice as. Either a representation of what Balor sees Beatrice as, or a side of Beatrice that we have not seen just yet. Interesting. The many faces of Beatrice will finally be looked into this time around.
ベアトリーチェ教頭をお見受けしていますが、違うのですか?
Even Delnor was forced to ask despite the rudeness of the question. That was how much this woman, who appeared to be Beato, was not.
皆さんの期待されるベアトリーチェとは違うでしょうか? あんた、何言ってんの? まさかとは思いますが、記憶喪失とかなんとか言い出すんじゃないでしょうね。
I'm still thinking this is a piece. I don't know, I just have a feeling that this is a piece.
私はまだ生まれたばかりです。
Yeah, piece.
記憶は何もありません。
Piece. Yeah, this is definitely a piece.
ですが、皆さんの期待されるベアトリーチェになるよう、いろいろと勉強を。
Oh man, I'm already liking this piece. I don't know why, but I'm already liking this piece.
ベアト。
Oh.
部屋にいるように言ったはずだ。
I mean, come on, let her meet everyone, Valor. Come on, okay, the more experience she has on the field, the more likely she could, learn to become Beatrice. Come on, don't force her to stay in her room. Valor's voice came out of nowhere. His tone was very slightly cold. Beato's expression looks like that of a young girl being scolded. Beato's expression looked like that of a young girl being scolded. There we go. Alright. What's your game, Valor? Rose. Cool. I mean, that explains some of the fan art I've seen of you, Valor, but wow. I've seen Valor with that cape on before. Like, I know that at some point, he's gonna wear a Kinzo-like cape. But at the same time, just the power it has when you first see it in the game. Like, I've seen this in fan art. I knew it was gonna come up in the game, or, that was just a fan depiction of Valor. But damn! Now that I'm actually seeing it, I just am getting a wave of power hitting me right now. By how, Valor has truly become a game master. Holy crap. Like, I've seen him wearing this robe in fan art before on Twitter. Yeah, I know, I probably should be a little bit more careful with, Twitter and social media because I can get spoilers through there. But at the same time, though, once I see it, well, I've seen it. But damn, I'm still getting, the power's still getting to me of just Valor wearing this cloak. Damn! Yeah, he definitely, kind of gives off a Kinzo impression with the cloak, even though, well, his collar is really high up. I mean, the collar makes him all the more badass, the collar sticking up like that. With a swirl of gold butterflies, Valor appeared. His dignified bearing and appearance were fitting for the ruler of this game. However, his expression was gloomy, and his gaze was directed at Beato.
部屋に戻れ。ここはお前のいる場所でない。
Alright, so... Yeah, this is... Okay, I have a feeling that, Valor's not that happy about, the result of the piece Beatrice. Interesting. So, Valor may not like them as much, maybe because they don't have the same personality as the original? Okay, I'm just gonna have to keep on reading. Wow, I'm already feeling bad for this piece Beato, though. Like, she's trying, man, she's trying. You don't have to be all disappointed father on her.
私は少しでもお父様のお役に立ちたくて。
部屋へ戻れ。
He spoke both softly and forcefully. Battler didn't leave her any room for debate. Beato hung her head and courtesied as she prepared to leave the room.
それから、
はいお父様。
俺の名はバトラだ。
Okay, yeah, okay. That would be kind of weird because, yeah, okay, her calling him father, that has been kind of weird, so... Yeah, that could definitely be changed. Even though, yes, she probably was created by Valor, it's still very weird to see someone who appears to be Beato to call him dad. Father, I meant. Well, at least she's not saying daddy.
二度と他の呼び方をするな。
はい。
Beato melted into a swarm of butterflies and disappeared. This was the first part of the tale, with Battler as game master. The witches had all expected him to come forward with some flashy, big elements, so they were all fairly confused. Their mouths were still hanging open.
変わった趣向ね。
失礼した。今のは忘れてほしい。
うまいこと言って、それも作戦のうちですか？また北風対応作戦みたいに印象操作して何かを煙に巻こうって魂胆でしょう。何かあったのですか？
気にするな。お前たちには関係のないことだ。
そう。なら関係ないってことだわ。さあバトラー、早く新しいゲームを始めてちょうだい。もう待たされすぎちゃって退屈してたんだから。あ
あ、第6のゲームを始めよう。エリカ、そしてベルンカステル。これが俺の物語であり、俺がベアトの真相に至ったことの証明だ。ラムダデルタ、それを仙台ゲームマスターとして見届けてくれ。
楽しみにしてるわ。タイトルは？
ドーン、黄金の魔女の夜明けだ。
Dawn of the Golden Witch.
すぐに沈む冬の太陽だけれどね。もちろんです、我が主。すぐに引きずり下ろしてご覧に入れます。タイトルだけはグッドです。そこだけは褒めましょう。バトラさん、
気に入ってもらえてよかった。では始めよう。これより第6のゲームを開始する。
Battler solemnly announced the start of the game. Compared to his fired-up attitude at the end of the last game, where he and Erika had sworn to settle everything next time, he was extremely quiet now. Look back.
エンジェ、ベアトの様子があまりにこれまでと違うな。
私も驚いてるわ。何が何だかさっぱりよ。
Okay, hold on. Let me pause right here. Okay, I'm gonna think about this for a second. So, this is getting so meta. So first off, there's the game board world where everyone is. And then, from the game board world, there's the player world where people are playing the game and also, arguing what's real and what's not. And then now there's another level of 2 people watching this whole happening. Like, they're not interacting with the player world, nor the peace world. They're just watching everything from a third higher world, I guess. What? How many layers are going to be in this game? This is the 3rd layer. Is there going to be a 4th one coming up of people watching the Watchers? Or people commentating on the Watchers? I don't even know. Anyways. I just want to point out how meta this is all getting, because now we're having people watching the people playing the game, and also the people playing the game are watching what's going on the board. This is getting so meta.
それ以前に、なんでベアトが蘇ってるのかさっぱりだわ。
I accidentally turned off my headphones while I was talking.
さっき読ませてもらったけど、前回の物語の最後でお兄ちゃんが真相にたどり着く直前に死んで消え去ったんじゃなかったの？
この世界での死は2つある。1つは駒としてゲーム版より取り除かれること。これはゲームにおける死でしかなく、仕切り直せば何度でもよみがえる命だ。
だから魔女たちはその命を奪うことにあまりに無慈悲なわけよね。
To the Witch players, the lives of those characters who appear on the game board are no different from pieces on a chessboard that take other pieces and get taken. After all, these pieces will be set up again when the next game starts.
マリアにおける作太郎がその駒の最たるものであっただろう。
作太郎がお姉ちゃんの駒？
Yes, that does make sense. On the game board that represents the inside of One-chan's head, Saktaro certainly does exist, and is a piece which always stays by her side. Though he's nothing more than a stuffed animal in the real world. On One-chan's game board, he is a full piece, no different from any other piece.
でも、どうかしら。魔女のゲームの駒なら簡単に生き返らせることができるんでしょ。でも、お姉ちゃんの世界では作太郎は蘇ることができなかった。
世界でたった一つのぬいぐるみというよりしろが失われたからだ。だから駒の存在条件が崩れ、マリアのゲーム版では復活することができなかった。そなたがその存在条件を再び満たしてやったからこそ、作太郎はゲーム版に蘇ることができたのではないか。
She found the box full of Saktaros.
確かに。
Maria One-chan was only unable to revive him because he had lost the stuffed animal that was his vessel. I'm about to burp. Yeah, I hate it when I feel a burp coming up and I'm like, no, don't come out just yet. Let me at least finish the sentence. But I felt a burp coming up, like there's like a bubble, like the bubble that comes up in your throat before you let out a burp. That sounds like I'm about to throw up. No, I'm not about to throw up. I was just about to burp. So I was trying to finish up that line before, it got interrupted with a burp, because that would be disgusting if I burped mid-sentence. Hold on. Let me get it out of my system real quick. Maria One-chan was only unable to revive him because she had lost the stuffed animal that was his vessel. If, like my family on Beato's game board, she hadn't needed a vessel for him, she would have been able to revive him as often as she wanted.
そうね。確かに作太郎はお姉ちゃんの駒かもしれないわ。少なくともよりしろが無事である限り何度でも蘇れる存在だわ。
そう。よりしろが無事である限り何度でも蘇ることができる。それが駒の命というものだ。
それがこの世界での死における一つ目。もう一つは
ゲーム版の外の存在の死だ。作太郎の話で続けるなら、この場合はマリアの死だ。
駒じゃなく本当のお姉ちゃんの死ね。
死だけではない。興味や関心の喪失でも同じだ。マリアがぬいぐるみ遊びを卒業すれば、ゲームのプレイヤーとしてのマリアは死ぬ。さながらテレビに飽きてスイッチを切るかのように簡単にあっさりと。
Interesting. This could really allude to Beato then at the end of the 5th game then. This line could apply to her. maybe she had lost interest, or, lost her hope that Balor would find the answer. That's why she had died at the end of the 5th game. Her player had died because she had either lost interest or hope. I think it's hope for Beatrice, not interest. Interesting, yeah. It was heavily implied that she probably, lost all faith in Balor and figured out the truth, so she just, had her player die because she's just like, it's pointless at this point because he's not, gonna figure it out. Interesting, so this is what, Feathering's, referring to.
なるほど。つまり、プレイヤーとしてのベアトは、前回までのゲームで勝利を完全に諦めたので、
That could also apply to Balor as well.
死んで消え去ったわけね。
Oh wait, no! Shoot! I misread Beato as Balor. Shit! She even said Beato, didn't she? I'm sorry. This is the 3rd video I'm recording today. I apologize.
ならつまり、ベアトが再びお兄ちゃんに勝てるつもりになって戻ってきたら、生き返るってことだわ。
理屈ではそうだ。人も魔女も神さえも興味と関心を失えばいつでも死ねる。そしてそれを取り戻せばいつでもよみがえれる。しかし神の世界には時間の概念がないからいつよみがえるも自在だが、矢のごとく時が過ぎ去る人の世ではそれは容易ではないな。
そうね。一日のずる休みならともかく、3日もサボると学校に行くのがものすごく億劫になるわ。
Yep, my senior year.
それが1ヶ月、1年、10年。それこそ魔女の世界のように1000年にも及んだら。
なるほど。ずる休みもそれだけになればもはや社会における死ね。それだけの長い間死んでいたら社会的な遅れを取り戻せないだけじゃなく、当時のモチベーションだって絶対に蘇らないわ。それはつまり命があっても一度死んだのと同じことだわ。二度と元の自分には戻れない、蘇れない。
ベアトは勝てる道理も希望も全て失った。それを知りつつ気づかぬふりをし、あれだけのゲームを戦ってきたのだ。だからもうベアトは戻らない。
But hold on, what about Balor? He returned, didn't he? She is gonna return. No. I am not gonna let this bring me away from my thoughts of Beato returning. She will return. She is gonna return by at least the 8th game.
彼女の希望はついえた。気を取り直して再び戦う気力のすべてをもう費やしている。
But she will return. She will return. At some point. Somehow, her hope will be revived wherever she went, and she will come back. Despite how much she might want to stay dead, she will return somehow, right? Shit! Come on! She might revive through the peace. No, not the peace. No, the real Beato will return. I'm going through the 5 stages of Great Bartai again. Darn it!
だからあのベアトリーチが蘇ることは二度とない。
that Beato, who just sat around the whole time with empty eyes in the 5th game, must have been her corpse. She had managed to remain on the game board despite it all. But even then, that corpse was wiped away. If only that wasn't said in red. If only that was not said in red. If Beato had been the game master at that time instead of Lament Delta, the game board itself would have vanished at that moment, and everything would have ended. Come to think of it, Beato started to lose the will to fight back near the end of the 4th game. When Beato loses her will to fight, the world of this game disappears. However, the witches wanted to keep playing in this game board world. So Lament Delta found Beato and placed with the curse of that shackle. Bound, not found, found. I accidentally said found, I'm sorry. She used that shackle to make sure that the game board wouldn't disappear, even if Beato did lose the will to fight. In chess, this would be the equivalent of removing the set time limit for each turn, making it endless. However, simply having the game endlessly pause on Beato's turn would cause the witches to die from their illusions of boredom. And that's why Lament Delta took the position of Game Master. Starting then, Beato's existence was no longer one of the conditions necessary for the game to exist. That's probably why the shackles binding her to the game board were released. And that explains why she disappeared in the 5th game.
お兄ちゃんはベアトに真相にたどり着いたことを教えるには一つゲームが遅かったということね。
第5のゲームなどラムダデルタの慈悲だ。バトラの絶対に真相にたどり着きたいという信念に絶対の魔女が慈悲を示しただけのこと。
何が慈悲を？ただの魔女たちの暇つぶしの気まぐれじゃない。話を戻すわ。じゃああのおかしなベアトはプレイヤーのベアトじゃないってことになる。駒のベアトということだわ。
そうだ。だったら誰もがよく知るベアトになるはず。バトラもそういうベアトを望んだはず。ぬいぐるみじゃ嫌だったってこと？
When playing with dolls, one can project the personality they most desire onto the doll. However, since you are acting out their part, nothing unexpected can ever happen. You cannot hope for any unanticipated happiness. In the human world, there is nothing so boring as predictability. That's why, though a doll can become a person's best friend in the world, people eventually get bored and outgrow them. Oni-chan only wants the real Beato. He couldn't bear having a doll that he could only make it act like Beato.
バトラの駒として生み出されたベアトはバトラの望む通りに動くだろう。
So, is this piece an attempted reincarnation of Beatrice? Is this an attempted reincarnation of her?
駒なんだから当然だわ。プレイヤーの指す通りに動く。そしてそれ以外では一切動かない。お兄ちゃんが何を望んでるのかはわかるわ。じゃあこのおかしなベアトは何者なの？
バトラはベアトを本当の意味で蘇らそうとしているのかもしれない。人の子らの諦めきれぬ夢だ。
あんたは さっき赤を使ってそれはないと否定したわ。
あのベアトが蘇ることは決してない。しかしもう一度ベアトを生み出すことは不可能ではないということだ。忘れたか？第一のゲームの最後でベルンカステル自らがベアトの正体を語ったは
ず。思い出したわ。ルールが具現化した存在みたいなこと言ってた。
そのルールと情報が練り上げられ、最終的にあのベアトリーチェという魔女が形作られた。
Oh! Beatrice is just a representation of... yes, okay. I get it now. Beatrice is a representation of someone else on the game board. I get it now. Beatrice... that's why. Okay, that's what's going on here. Beatrice is actually a representation of a concept of some... Concept? No. Let me rephrase that. Kind of like how Vergilia, in a way, is a representation of Kumasawa, and Ronove is a representation of Genji. Beatrice is a representation of someone. I've been saying this whole time. So, that means the representation died. That form of the representation of Beatrice had died, not the, real Beatrice. I think that's what they're saying here?
それを再びなぞれば、同じベアトリーチェをもう一度生み出し、それをもって復活と呼ぶこともできよ
う。つまりあのおかしなベアトはさながらベアトの卵、あるいはヒナってところね。
そう解釈するのが妥当であろう。すなわちこのベアトこそがあのベアトへ至るヒナなのだ。
Okay, things are coming together now. Okay, so yes, okay, Beatrice will come back. Yeah, in a way, yeah, she will come back. Okay. I'm fine now, I'm fine.
それはつまりこの純情可憐な子がやがてはあのひねくれてイカれた魔女に成長するってことね。
In other words, that Beato is a baby version of the Beato we all know. So, just like how no person is born evil, the newborn Beato isn't evil either. Even though she really is a different person, if you measure her by her basis, her soul, then maybe you really could call this a resurrection. However, this reality can't possibly be easy to accept. Though she may technically be Beato herself, she is also, without a doubt, a different person. A new form of the representation of Beatrice. Maybe. Or I'm still in denial about the Beatrice we've been following's death. I might be still in denial. In that way she acts would make anyone feel as though something's out of place.
退屈しない。そなたの朗読は楽しい。
You're welcome.
あんたに朗読が必要なのか疑わしいわ。あんたはもうすでに全てを知っているように見える。
そなたと対話をしているからその思考に至るだけだ。我が思考は八百万を束ねて超える。人の子にはまるでそう見えるだけに過ぎぬ。されどそなたがいなければ思考する力さえないか弱き病人に過ぎぬ。
最初からそういえばもっと素直に朗読を引き受けてやったのに。
私の機嫌が良くなっただけのこと。浮かれるな。私はお前の命などしおり代わりに挟んだまま放出する木の葉よりも軽んじているぞ。
続きを読んでください。お願いします。 って解釈するわ。OK？
退屈しない。そなたは巫女として優秀だ。
Featherine. I can't tell if this is Ange narration or just regular narration. I'm just gonna use regular narration voices, I can't tell. Featherine rocked back in a rocking chair and looked up at the ceiling, laughing as though the conversation itself was pleasant for her. Ange was slowly figuring out how to deal with the strange witch. This person was also bored. When a sick person has been in bed for a long time and gets too bored, they sometimes act in a rebellious way. On the other hand, they also get a little bored of being treated kindly all the time. She may want to be respected for her superiority, but it's probably more interesting for her when she's spoken to a little rudely. What a coincidence. That's exactly how I used to be.
とにかく
Look back.
第4のゲームでベアトとお兄ちゃんに何か確執があったことは間違いないの。このベアトを知ることは真相に至る鍵の一つになりうるわ。
Indeed.
そうであろう。私も興味を持った。彼女の物語も合わせて読むのだ。
はいはい。仰せのままに我が主。
Ange raised her hands like a conductor, and the bookshelves in this bizarre study responded. Once again, several books floated out and began to swirl around Ange. We're in Kinzo's study, in the meta. Kinzo's study is a room belonging to the master in the human world. So, this study in the world of non-humans belonged to the master of the game board, and was a place where he could look down upon the humans. Therefore, it was understandable that one might mistake the imposing, robe-clad man in the center of the study for Kinzo. If only for a second. It's Battler. And before we continue on with the scene, I'm gonna quickly rush to the bathroom real quick because, yeah, I need to go. Surrounding. It wasn't Kinzo. It was Battler, the one who had taken up the position of Game Master, and who had become the new territory lord of this world. Around Battler was a swirl of glowing fragments, sparkling like night sky. And on the floor was what appeared to be a red magic circle. To an outsider, it would appear to be nothing more than an incomprehensible geometric shape. But to Battler, who stood at its center, it was the outline for a new tale. A new line grew across the magic circle, following Battler's gaze. Then, at the instant it connected with a complicated symbol, the entire magic circle flashed bright. Steady pace.
見事です、親方様。
What? Why is Genji here? What? Wait a second. What? Oh wait, no, this doesn't make sense.
第6のゲームの完成でございます。
What? Is he using Genji as his piece? Or since Battler is the new head, Genji's serving Battler now? What? But Genji's in the meta. What is happening here? As Battler wiped his forehead and finally relaxed, Genji, who was standing behind him and watching over his every mood, nodded deeply in response.
俺はゲームマスターってのはもっと好き勝手に物語を作っているものとばかり思っていたが、想像以上に骨が折れるな。これは
複数の物語を描き、その表裏を合わせねばなりません。それにしても初めてとは思えない見事なお手並みでした。エリカ様もきっとこのゲームならご満足いただけるでしょう。
あの探偵殿の好みに合うといいんだがな。しかしベアトを純粋に尊敬するぜ。よくあんなややこしい物語をあっさりと作ってみせたもんだ。
あっさりとではありません。ベアトリーチェ様も深く深く悩み、物語を生み出しては矛盾に悩み、常にロジックエラーと戦われておりました。
ロジックエラー？
物語の表裏が合わぬこと、矛盾することでございます。これが生じるとロジックエラーと呼ばれる致命的な反則手となり、即座にゲーム版は破綻崩壊いたします。魔女側が犯せぬ最大最悪のミスです。
ベアトのゲームも何度かそれに抵触しそうになったのか？
ゲームを生み出す際には常にそれと戦われておりました。特にバトラ様が手強くなられてからは相当の苦労をなさっていたようです。
今回の俺のこのゲームはベアトに見せても恥ずかしくない敵かな？
はい、それはもちろんでございます。
ベアトはまだ目を覚まさないのか？
Voiceless.
ルールの擬人化から体を蘇生してもうだいぶになるはずだ。まだ目覚めないのか？
After remaining silent for a while longer, Genji answered.
3日ほど前にお目覚めになっております。
You should have told us earlier!
バトラ様が第6のゲームの設計に集中されておりましたので、お知らせを控えておりました。
The song that's playing right now is Far. Genji!
申し訳ございません。
そうだったか。あいつめだいぶ長いこと寝てたから寝ぼけてやがったに違いない。あいつにぜひ俺のゲームを見てもらいたかったんだ。いや、あいつに俺はゲームを見せなきゃならないんだ。
Oh no! He's expecting that he revived the old Beatrice, didn't he? Oh no, he didn't realize that he just restarted the cycle of Beatrice. The cycle of Beatrice? Okay, that's what I'm gonna call it, I guess. The cycle of Beatrice, because it's kind of like a cycle. From what, Featherweed explained. From what Featherweed explained, every time, the rules for a game board is made, every time, the previous representation of that is dead, a new one is made. That's what I got from that. That's what I got from that. So, Fowler didn't realize he made a new Beatrice from scratch. Oh no, he's not gonna be happy with the Beatrice he made. That's why he's so upset at the beginning of the game, because he was expecting the same person. Oh no!
俺が全てを理解したことをあいつに教えなきゃならない。
Fowler's face broke into a smile. There was no trace in his expression of the hatred he had once felt towards Beato for murdering his family.
ある意味、これが第5のゲーム最後の謎だったわ。
そうだ。バトラは真相に至ると同時にベアトに対する心象が大きく変わった。
I'm gonna say this now. I love the position Feathering's in right here. I don't know, it just like reminds me of like the face, but like stylized for Featherweed. I don't know, I really like the sprite where her finger's like this. I don't know why though.
それはつまり、やはりお兄ちゃんとベアトには何かの関係があって、それを彼が防止していたと考えるのが適当なの？
Most definitely. But I'm gonna let you figure that out, Angie. Dead angle. However, Fowler suspected this in the fourth game, and asked Beato about it. And within the story, this was denied by the Red Truth. 6 years ago, no person called Beatrice existed for Balor.
6年前にベアトが存在しなかったとも受け取れるし。
Oh! Okay. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, it didn't exist for Balor, but it might have existed for someone else before 6 years ago. Oh!
6年前にはバトラと縁がなかったとも受け取れる。
That could be it too, but I'm thinking Beatrice was there this whole time, like some sort of iteration of Beatrice was there the whole time. But at the same time, it really didn't exist for Balor, meaning Beatrice did not exist technically 6 years ago, though Beatrice was real at the time. It's just that Balor was unaware of Beatrice. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm starting to formulate something here.
しかしいずれにせよ、バトラはその後6年間、六軒島には訪れない。
And during that time, Beatrice's influence on the island grew in those 6 years.
ベアトリーチェとお兄ちゃんはこの1986年10月4日が初対面のはず。なのにどうしてすでに確執があるの？さっぱり意味がわからないわ。
第4のゲームでベアトがバトラに問いかけた。後ろ宮バトラの罪に何かの鍵があろうな。
And like I said in a previous video, it might be a sin relating to love. Oops, sorry, Angie. You were supposed to figure that out yourself. Sorry.
その結果がベアトリーチェという存在なのかもしれない。
But I have a feeling that Angie might, take a little bit to connect some dots. Like, I connected some dots in my head. Though, of course, that might be the wrong dots I connected. But I connected some dots, and the sin is probably relating to him hurting someone in the terms of love 6 years ago. Because in the fifth game, they kept on talking about, love. And, the connection Beatrice and Balor have being very similar to lovers. Like, you could connect their relationship to a relationship of awkward lovers unable to confess their feelings to each other. That's what happened during the tea party the question marks of the fifth game. But I'm not sure if Angie's been able to, connect some dots just yet. Interesting.
その結果？お兄ちゃんの罪の結果がベアト？
Indeed. That almost sounds as though Oni-chan created the witch called Beatrice by himself.
まるで
Well, not by himself. Sorry, I didn't mean to add the by.
ベアトリーチェとはバトラの駒のようだな。6年前のバトラの罪。その罪で人が死ぬ。殺すのはベアトリーチェ。すべてが6年前のバトラの罪から連綿と続くと考えるなら、ベアトリーチェを生み出したのはバトラ自身。まるでバトラの駒のようだと思った。
意味わかんないわ。お兄ちゃんが何かの罪を犯したとしても、少なくとも殺人なんかよりよっぽど軽い何かだわ。それに対する仕返しがこの大量殺人なのだとしたら、あまりにお兄ちゃんの罪と割が合わない。ベアトは親族たちを皆殺しにした。 お父さんもお母さんもお兄ちゃんもみんなそれに見合う罪がお兄ちゃんにあったなんて信じられるわけがない。
罪は測る人間によって重さが異なる。バトラにとって防出できる程度の罪でも、ベアトにとっては6年を経てなお一族を皆殺しにするほどの恨みを持つに値するものだったのかもしれぬ。まあ私もそれはあまりに釣り合わぬと思うし、そして何よりそんな相手だったら、真相を知ったとはいえバトラがあれだけ親身になるとは到底思えぬ。
Featherweight's observation was extremely interesting. In the past game, Beato said clearly that Oni-chan's sin 6 years ago was the cause of this 2-day tragedy. I still don't know what kind of sin that was. However, he figured it out at the end of the 5th game. And he even apologized to Beato. Even though she was the witch who had massacred his entire family in retaliation for his sin of 6 years before, Battler apologized to her. Now, of course, it was the player Battler who apologized, not the Peace Battler whose family had been murdered over and over again. But even so, Battler must have remembered something at the end of the last game that made him feel like apologizing.
その6年前の罪、これまでの物語のどこかにそれが隠されていたとでも言うのかしら。
Most likely, if we use Nox's commandments, that sin was alluded to at some point in the first 4 games. Oh! It's alluded to somehow in the first 4 games, yeah. I still have not caught on to it, though.
私はすでにある仮説を立てている。
Oh, go ahead.
へえ、聞かせてよ。
まだ話せぬ。
Damn it.
もうしばらく私だけ答えを知っているかのような優越を楽しむことにする。
Really?
続き読まないわよ。
それは困る。しばし耐え、もう少し続きを読め。私の仮説もまだ想像の域を出ぬ。確信を持てたらその時話すこととしよ
う。はいはい、我が主。私だって続きを知りたいわ。
Oni-chan and Beatrice. Just what kind of connection is there between them? Learning that will probably be the ultimate key to the truth of this world. After all, remembering that was what enabled him to reach the truth. Interesting. World End.
Beatrice!
Oh, here we go.
親方様、ようこそお越しを。
You know what? So for some reason, I'm not surprised that he also brought in Kumasawa. So that's very interesting. So Kumasawa and Genji are there. I see what Balor's doing. Oh! I see what he's doing. I see what he's doing. You know what? Do I need to explain? Okay, I'm gonna explain. He is letting Kumasawa and Genji be there as probably his furniture for this game. Likely because he knows what Vergilia and Ronove are probably supposed to represent. Ronove, Genji, Kumasawa, Vergilia. He's using them as his furniture to show that he's able to recognize what Vergilia and Ronove represented. I really mispronounced Renove's name for a second. I apologize.
ベアトリーチェ様がお待ちでございます。どうぞこちらへ。
This place was a villa set aside for Beatrice's use. It was a sacred site for her only, built so that she could spend her days without being affected by the outside world. My heart began to race. A special villa for Beatrice, come on, just say the Kuadorian. I'm so glad that she was able to revive, and that everything's okay. Beato is a personification of the rules. So, even though she was destroyed once, it is possible for her to be reborn again. Battler had quickly succeeded in reviving Beato's body, but he had trouble summoning her soul back. However, during the time he had spent immersed in the creation of the 6th game, she had woken up. And this had happened 3 days ago. Battler let himself... oh no! Battler let himself be led into the dining hall. He's gonna be really disappointed, though, to see that Beatrice has reset from the beginning, I bet. The dining hall had been set up for his and Beato's use. It existed so that they could enjoy some black tea while discussing the truth, now that he had finally reached it in its entirety. I want to tell her. I want to tell Beato that I found the truth. Battler couldn't hold back his excitement over this miracle he had been granted, that Beato was waiting for him in the dining hall to hear what he had to say.
Beatrice はどうなんだ? 変わりないか? 元気そうか?
それはもうお元気でいらっしゃいます。親方様がおいでになるのをずっとお待ちでいらっしゃいましたとも。
食堂にいるのか? 飯でも食ってるのか? ああ、いいさ。何でも構わない。
驚きますよ。
ベアトリーチェ!
Future. No! 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 Don't you dare make me cry again, Future! When he swung open the doors to the dining hall, Battler was greeted by a wonderful sight. Oh god, no, don't do this to me! Though the food laid out on the table wasn't particularly sensational, it was arranged beautifully, and a champagne bottle stood there waiting. Then, the person clad in that familiar dress, with the beautiful golden hair, bowed deeply in greeting.
Beatrice.
私に姿を与えてくださり、誠にありがとうございます。
Beatrice has been added to the character sheet. Let's read. Beatrice, a new witch reborn from the rules. She has not lived 1,000 years, and her behavior is vastly different from how it once was. She is a witch who does not even know how to use magic. However, she has no fear of magic circles or spider webs. It is almost as though she is just a human. She adores Battler and considers it her purpose to devote herself to him. Hold on, did Battler's character sheet change as well? Yes! Battler! The endless sorcerer and the final game master. He is the ruler of the game board and the territory lord. To prove that he has won Beato's game, he must take on the position of game master. By succeeding in this, his victory will be acknowledged, and Beato's game will reach its end. Because he knows the whole truth, he exists on a higher plane than all others. Ah! Wait, did anyone else's character sheet change a little bit? Yes, everyone. Okay, Rika's character sheet changed also. Furuta Rika, the Witch of Truth, temporarily. She is also a detective and calls herself an intellectual rapist. Participates in Battler's game as a human side player. She possesses numerous skills that qualify her to call herself a detective, and these can be even elevated to the level of red truth when acknowledged by her master, Burn Castle. Whether she wins or loses, this will be the last game, and there will be no further use for her. Damn. Oh! Burn Castle sheet is changed as well. With the victory of the human side, she should have achieved victory as well, but she seems unable to accept it. it appears that she is less concerned with who actually wins and cares more about how brutal an end might be reached. How brutal an end might be reached. I apologize. Therefore, hostile towards Valor as he tries to end this peacefully, she attempts to use Eureka to ruin this final game. Alright, what's your thoughts on this, Lament Delta? Lament Delta. Because the end of the game has been assured with the victory of the human side, she no longer stands in opposition to anyone. As a previous game master, she also knows the truth, and has taken a position of non-interference. Now, she simply acts as a spectator, enjoying her beloved Burn's contorted expressions. Oh man. Lambda Delta is having the time of her life, and I'm happy. Hold on. Okay, so Delnor's the same. Cornelia... Yep, the same. Gertrude, the same, obviously. What about Virgilia? Nope. Yeah, I think everyone else is the same other than Beatrice, Balor, Erika, Burncastle, and Lambda Delta. Anyways, let's watch Balor get disappointed. Oh no.
いいんだ。そんなのは。よかった。ベアト。
Valor rushed up to Beato and hugged her tightly, just to make sure her body wasn't just mist or an illusion. Yeah, obviously that.
俺はお前の謎をちゃんと解いたぞ。なのにそれを伝える前に消えちまいやがって。
私はここにいます。消えたりなんかしません。
やめろよ、そんな喋り方。もう着せるつもりなんか全然ない。とにかくお前に謝りたい。そして語らいたい。何から先に口にすればいいかさえわからない。
私がお父様に謝られることなど何もありません。私はただお父様のお役に立てればそれで幸せなのです。
ベアト。
ベアトリーチェはお父様のために生まれてきました。どうかあなたの力にならせてください。そしてお父様、第6のゲームの完成、誠におめでとうございます。
And this was the moment when Valor realized Beatrice, in the sense that he thought she had revived at, was not happening.
だからそんな喋り方やめろって。うさんくさくてたまらねえぜ。
この喋り方ではお気に召しませんか？部長法をどうかお許しください。
お気に召しませんかってことはねえが、らしくねえぜ。やっぱお前はいつもの口調がぴったりだ。
Beato smiled vaguely. To Balor, it probably looked as though they were both smiling over the same joke. However, Beato's smile was literally vague and uncertain. After all, she didn't know how she was supposed to talk. Oh no!
それよりベアト、一体これは何の冗談だってんだ？まさか大ベアトリーチェ様自らが手料理を作ったってのか？
第6のゲームが完成されましたと聞き、ささやかですがねぎらいの席が設けられないかと思いまして。
ベアトリーチェ様がそれはもう大層頑張られてお作りになられたんですよ。私は一切手伝っておりませんとも。
Did Goda help? Oh, please tell me Goda's in this. No, he's not gonna appear. Please? Maybe? Magical Goda Chef? Come on! You know what? If I was a game master, guess what's gonna happen? Magical Go-To Chef. Magical Go-To Chef as furniture! What? Stop! No, I need to stop. I need to focus on the game. No Go-To jokes. The food set on the table really was modest and inexpertly made. You could tell by looking at it that Beato, who wasn't particularly skilled with cooking, had given it her all when making it. However, signs of discomfort and irritation were beginning to appear on Balor's face.
これはどういうことだ？
ええ、ですからベアトリーチェ様が親方様をねぎらおうと。
Sweat was starting to show up on Kumasawa's forehead. She was also feeling uneasy. When he noticed, Balor realized that it wasn't just his imagination. Beato turned her back to Balor and stuck a corkscrew into the champagne bottle. Then, she showed it to Balor.
お父様、第6のゲームの完成、誠におめでとうございます。必ずや宿敵、フルドエリカに勝利することを祈願して、これを捧げます。
Pop. When presented with a champagne bottle and a sound like that, anyone would think that the cork had just been pulled out. However, it wasn't the cork. It was the bottom of the bottle. What? Wait, what just happened? The high-quality champagne that Beato had procured splashed out all over the floor and her dress. What's happening? Then, the same sound repeated several more times. Each time, one of the plates of food on the table was knocked into the air. Mother.
お父様、お気に召しませんでしたか？
Balor, no! Balor, no! I know you're disappointed, but this is not the way you react! Balor, no! She worked so hard, yes! This is not the Beato you were expecting, but no! No, Balor, no! No!
お前は誰だ？
私はベアトリーチェでございます。お父様のために生まれてまいりました。
違う。こいつは誰だ？ベアトじゃない。そして俺をお父様なんて呼ぶな。これはどういうことだ？何なんだこれは。ベアトを蘇らせたんじゃなかったのか。源氏、これはどういうことだ？
恐れながら紛れもなくそのお方はベアトリーチェ様でございます。
そんなはずあるか。これのどこがベアトなんだ。全然違う。偽物だ。
いいえ、ベアトリーチェ様でございます。ゲーム版のルールに従い生み出された紛れもなくベアトリーチェ様ご自身でございます。
いや、こんなのはベアトじゃない。ベアトってのはもっとおかしな喋り方をして品のない笑いをして、それから
いいえ、間違いなくベアトリーチェ様ご自身でございます。
じゃあどうしてこんな喋り方をする？どうして俺をお父様なんて呼ぶんだ？
ベアトリーチェ様はお生まれになったばかりでございます。かつてのような振る舞いをいきなり期待されるのはあまりに酷というものでございます。
まだ記憶が戻らないということなのか。
親方様、確かにこの方はベアトリーチェ様ご自身です。しかし親方様がよくご存知のベアトリーチェ様ではありません。
どういう意味だ？ 俺はゲームマスターなんだろ。どうしてベアトを蘇らせられないんだ。
ええ、確かに蘇りましたとも。しかし、かつてのベアトリーチェ様は1000年を経られたベアトリーチェ様。一方、こちらのベアトリーチェ様はご本人なれど生まれたばかり。違う人間のように見えるのは致し方ないことでございます。
じゃあどうやったらあのベアトは蘇るんだ。体はある、ここに。魂はどうやれば蘇る。
同じ1000年の人生を歩めば、かつてと同じベアトリーチェ様にもなるでしょう。
1000年を待てと。
いや、
人の性格は生まれながらだけのものではありません。その後の生き方や経験によっていかようにも変わります。
意味がわかりますか？
love examination. Okay, wait. We're back with human featherweight now? What?
同じベアトであっても同じでないということが。
わかるわ。同じ人間が2人いたとしても、生い立ちで人はいくらでも変わる。
Okay, I have no clue what is where we are, when is everything. You know what? That doesn't matter. That does not matter. When and where, that doesn't matter anymore. Well, where matters. But the times of what's going on with the Ange and Featherweed doesn't matter.
本来は同じ人間であるにもかかわらず、その生い立ちによって別人と言ってもいいほどに変わり得る。本来人は人であり、人格そのものを指して人とは呼びません。しかし人格を人だと認める人間たちにとって、それはさながら他人のようなものでしょう。
違いねえですな。
Oh yeah, I forgot. Kinzo was here.
お嬢だって12年前の気の毒な一件がなけりゃ、今頃は笑顔が似合うキュートな女の子だったかもしれね
え。失礼ね。今だって十分キュートだってば。
I understand. If a personality is what makes a person in our eyes, you could say that a second personality is a different person entirely, even if it inhabits the same flesh body. At the very least, I'm a completely different person than I used to be 12 years ago. I just remembered I didn't have 12 fingers, but hey, on the screen that you see right now, this looks like a 12. Wait. That's a 12. Shit! I forgot that the camera mirrors everything I do. I forgot that, I'm sorry. And if my family had come home 12 years ago, then the Ange that resulted would surely be a completely different person from me. Even the same human can become different people. In fact, depending on their upbringing and endless possibilities, they can become an endless number of different people. So, just because this is the same Beato, that's no guarantee at all that she'll be the Beato that Oni-chan knows so well.
ましてや、ベアトリーチェは1000年を経た魔女。人は3日あれば死ぬことだって生まれ変わることだってできる。それが1000年じゃどうにもならないわね。
あなたはなかなかできる読者のようですね。並の読者相手だったら同一の人間であっても、その生い立ちと時間によって別人になりうることを説明するために数百ページを割かねばならぬというのに。
Don't stroke your ego too much.
あまり読者をなめないで。私たちはただ読んでるだけじゃない。読んで考えてるの。
100人に読ませれば90人くらいは読める。しかし意味がわかるのは50人。そしてそこからさらに考えられるのは20人もいない。 よく噛んで飲み込みなさいと。ただそれだけの話なのに。しかしあなたはどうやらその貴重な20人の中の一人らしい。だからここへ招いたのです、人の子よ。
It was hard to actually like this Hachijo Toyo. Yeah. It was hard to actually like this Hachijo Toya person. I'm still trying to get used to pronouncing Hachijo. I apologize. However, though this forgery she had written was still in its first stages, it definitely felt as though it had something very similar to the tales in those message bottles. Speaking metaphorically, one might call it a scent. An indescribable stern atmosphere, like a stuffy library. The Beatrice who wrote the message bottles and Hachijo Toya are different people. And yet, this has the same scent as that tale. I see. This is why some of those curious witch hunters are so intently devoted to her. Their keen sense of smell was able to sniff out that familiar scent.
さ、どうぞ続きを読んで。
Hell yeah.
文字を追うあなたの顔を見るのが何よりも楽しいの。そして言葉を交わし合うことも。
物書きは感想に飢えてるってのは本当ね。でも申し訳ないけど、こんな分厚い原稿を延々と読んでる時間はないの。それより私はあなたに。
時間なんていくらでもあるでしょうに。
Both the second hand and the pendulum on the ornate clock behind Hachijo had been moving the whole time. However, absolutely no time had passed for a while now. Only about 3 minutes had gone by since the time she had entered the room.
ね、時間など気にすることもないでしょ。あなたが読み終わるまで全ての時間はあなたを追い立てない。
ああ、じゃあ次のページ。
Amakusa's into this! Amakusa badgered me to turn the page, so I returned to the world of the tale once more. Amakusa has good taste in storytelling. Why does her tale have the same sense as Beatrice's, I wonder? Is it because she actually has reached the truth, as she claims? Does this mean that anyone who knows the truth could create an endless number of message bottles? Instant. Is that what the cat... Is that what the Catbox world is like? I see. Maybe she really is an endless witch herself. In fact, maybe anyone who knows the truth can become an endless witch. An endless tale created by endless witches. The 2 days starting on October 4th, 1986, where my family is being toyed with endlessly. I have to end it. I had to find a hint of the truth from within this story. An endless tale. Are we going back to Valor?
どうだ、ベアト。
Oh, yeah, we are.
俺の作った第6のゲームは。まあ、素直に褒めるやつじゃないもんな。せいぜい、無能なりにそこそこ頑張ったではないか。ってとこだろうぜ。
Oh?
無能なりにそこそこ頑張ったではないか。
Ah! Is he training her to become the old Beatrice he remembers? String Trio, number 600 million in F sharp minor.
ゲームマスターの立場になってよくわかったぜ。お前も毎回随分と苦労してやがったんだってな。
Yep, she's training to become the Beatrice he remembers.
ゲームを作るのは楽なことではない。よもやそなたとそれをねぎらい合う日が来ようとはな。
ゲームを作るのは楽なことではない。よもやそなたとそれをねぎらい合う日が来ようとはな。
こんなのはベアトじゃない。
Fowler slammed hard on the desk, but the piece Beato showed no reaction. After all, Fowler hadn't ordered her to react. It was easy to revive that Beato as a piece. However, it would only move according to Fowler's wishes. Having a conversation with it was no different from talking to himself. Oh! Wait, was that not the reincarnated Beatrice, but the piece Beatrice? Oh my god, what is happening?! So, okay, no, I think I understand now. There's the rule Beatrice, and then there's the piece Beatrice. What? The game master could summon any kind of piece. He could move those pieces in any way he wanted, reigning as an absolute god. Oh my god. However, for that very reason, they were just pieces. And that made it unbelievably lonely and sad.
お前はたくさんの家具たちやいろいろな物語を紡ぎ出してきた。俺はそれを見て、お前はきっとさぞや楽しいだろうなと思っていた。
だが違う。
お前は信じられないくらいに孤独だったんだ。
お前にとって俺という自らに反逆する対戦相手がどれほど愉快なものか、今の俺には痛いほど理解できる。
あの礼儀正しいおかしなベアとは確かにお前なんだろうな。1000年前の。しかし別人だ。お前の姿に瓜二つだからこそむしろ許せない。辛い。
しかし駒ではないから俺の意志に背ける。
駒のお前なんかよりあのベアトの方がはるかに血は通ってるだろうぜ。それは認める。だが違うんだ。あれはお前じゃない。お前の生き別れの妹か何かで全くの別人なんだ。だからむしろどうしても受け入れられない。
No, Valor. As much as he hated this piece Beato, Valor felt an even stronger dislike for the chick Beato. Even after a whole 1,000 years, she wouldn't become the original Beato. She still wouldn't become the original Beato. Even if she were ordered to act like the original Beato, it would just be an imitation. This was a very similar but separate person, and definitely not Beato herself. Then, in the previous game, Beato really did disappear for all eternity. Even after becoming the game master, there was no way to revive her.
笑えよ、この無様な俺を。
Just give it a rest already. You're just an illusion who won't laugh unless I order it, and who can't even continue to laugh unless I keep on ordering it. Just disappear! Umineko no Nakakori Nichiru, Nocturne of Truth and Illusions. True feelings! Ooh! Ooh, interesting. True feelings, and we're hearing hope. Oh. True feelings. Interesting. You know what? I was not expecting this interaction with Beatrice. Like, I thought she was just not going to be present. But no. There is a new Beatrice. But she is 1,000 years younger, and she will likely not be the Beato that died in the previous game. And, yeah, I'm gonna have to admit, I will have to accept that Beatrice won't come back. Beatrice! Now I understand how Kinzo feels.
Okay.